Hello, everyone. I am Travis McIver. I'm the Emergency Response and Safety Assistant here at Far Northern Regional. And I am creating a series of classes that are designed to help prepare you for emergency events. These classes are going to be recorded, so if you'd like to review them more than once, you'll have access to them on our website. And I hope that you get something out of this class. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me through Far Northern Regional, and I'll try and provide some answers to some of your questions. So this class is going to be a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm about to share my screen with you right here if you'd like to follow along. And I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you for attending. So once again, hello and welcome to this class. Today we are going to discuss how to prepare and handle being placed on a quarantine, specifically a medical quarantine. As I discuss this information, please hold all questions until the end. And like I said, if you wanted to get more information, feel free to reach out to me via email, and I'll try and answer some questions and help you out. So the agenda for this class is going to be have supplies ready in advance, find ways to exercise your mind and body, stay in contact with the outside world, stay positive, and the risks of depression. And then we'll end the class with a chance to ask questions. Have supplies ready in advance. As we move into the flu and cold season, the risk of becoming ill increases. So does your chance of being placed on a medical quarantine. In order to make life easier while on quarantine, stock up on essential supplies ahead of time. Keep non-perishable items such as canned soup in the house. You can also stock up on hand sanitizers and toilet paper. Having these items ahead of time will limit your need to go to the store in the future. If you run out of these items, you can use online shopping to have someone bring the products to you. This will keep you and everyone else safe. Ensure medical supplies are well stocked. Order new medications ahead of time before you run out. If you create an emergency supply of food, ensure that the items are not expired prior to use. To help remind you, check your items seasonally: spring, summer, fall, and winter. You need to discard your old expired products. Now, some of you may have already been on a medical quarantine due to COVID-19. So you may have experienced some of these things. Thinking and planning ahead will help you have a much easier time during a quarantine period. I hope that none of you have to go through that, but it's still a good idea to plan ahead. But if you do become placed on a medical quarantine, it is important to exercise the mind and body. Being placed on quarantine only means you need to prevent contact from others. You do not have to be stuck in bed. If you feel good, you can conduct exercises such as push-ups or sit-ups. Staying active will keep you healthier. However, if you do not feel good, rest may be needed. Usually physical activity will help you heal from an illness quicker, but do not overdo it. Only do what you can. Your mind is a powerful tool. It too needs some exercise. Do not get stuck watching TV all day. That may be easy, but it is not good for your mind. Try other things, such as reading a newspaper. play a word search book, or even draw pictures. Exercising your brain is a good mental health tool. There are plenty of mind games available to help you through the day. Another way to exercise your mind might be to build a model car or trying to learn a musical instrument. This may be the perfect time for you to start a new hobby. You may get really good at it. Do not let quarantine hold you back. Sure, you might be able to see or you might not be able to see your friends, but there are plenty of other things you can do that are fun and productive during this time. Remember, you control your destiny. Seek out ways to remain healthy during a time of quarantine period. Another good thing to do and consider is stay in contact with the outside world. Just because you're on quarantine does not mean you have to shut yourself out from the outside world. It may feel like you're alone when you're in quarantine, but there are always ways around this. With technology, we can now reach to the outside world even while on quarantine. Video games are an easy and fun way to connect and stay connected with friends while on quarantine. In fact, it can almost seem that they are in the room with you. Games like Animal Crossing on Nintendo can be a great pastime with the outside world. Maybe if you're feeling alone, video games might help you stay positive. There is also video chats like Skype and Zoom that let you see your friends and family over the computer or on a telephone screen. Being able to see friendly faces can help you when you're feeling alone. Remember, your friends probably miss you just as much as you miss them. Use these platforms to say hello and see how they are doing. A quick way to catch up with friends and family is to post on Facebook or Snapchat. Even if your friends are at work, you can leave a message for them so they can see it at a later time. The more you use these sites, the more you will see that you are not alone, even while on quarantine. You can even just simply turn on the radio, which can provide you information on what's happening in your town, such as shows and events. It gives you an idea of what's happening, and it may allow you to plan for future events while you're on quarantine, and then when your quarantine is ended, you can go and experience those for yourself. I would like to say it is important that while on the internet or playing video games, that you should try and stick with people that you know. It is always safer to remain in contact with friends and family that you already have met in real life person. So one concern that we have with being on medical quarantine is depression. While on quarantine, it is easy to feel sad and alone. If you follow some of the steps we have listed, it should help prevent this, but sometimes feeling this way will just occur. One solution is make a healthy attempt to stay positive. Know that this quarantine will not last forever, and once it is over, you can see your friends and family again. If you're feeling down, you should let somebody know. No one can help you if they do not know how you feel. It is okay to tell someone you feel sad or angry. Talking about this will help you feel better. It will also release some negative emotions. It is a stress relief. People do care about the way you feel, and you'll want to hear your story. You might be surprised with how many people want to help you. Just let someone know how you feel. No one can get through all the challenges by themselves. We all need to rely on other people for help sometimes. Getting help makes us stronger. It is often easier to complete a task with two people rather than one. This situation is no different. If you're feeling sad or angry or upset for any reason, let somebody know and ask for help. Let's stay positive. Keeping a positive mind can greatly help during times of stress. You might need to remind yourself that quarantine will not last forever. In fact, it will be a very short period of your life. Look into the future. If you set goals for what you would like to do in the future after quarantine, it'll give you something to look forward to. Instead of dwelling on individual sorrow, focus on positive things, like a future game of checkers with your friends. You could also do walks in the park and other fun games. It may also benefit you to consider quarantine as a personal challenge that you can conquer. Tell yourself you will beat the quarantine period with flying colors, and it will never even faze you. Maybe the most important aspect of staying positive is to know you have family and friends that are looking forward to seeing you after the quarantine. Even though you may feel alone, your friends are missing you too. Everyone is looking forward to you returning back from quarantine. You can even plan an after quarantine party with your friends and family as a celebration. Keeping these positive thoughts will make quarantine a breeze, and it will be over in no time. So once again, it is important to stay positive. Quarantine does not last forever. Set goals for what you want to do once the quarantine is over. It gives you something to look forward to. Understand that being on quarantine is a very small portion of your life, and it is not something to really worry about. Think of quarantine as a personal challenge, and that you can conquer and get through it. And know that you have friends and family that are excited to see you once the quarantine is lifted. Well, this concludes our questions on medical quarantine, or concludes our class on medical quarantine. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will do everything I can to provide you the answers that will make your life hopefully a little bit easier. Thank you for attending this class, and I hope to see you again sometime in the future. We are planning to do a series of these classes throughout the year. They're not always going to be the same. Each class should be a different topic. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.